my wife's family,
Yeah.
are fucking red, like rednecks, like red. You can't understand her dad.
Right.
Her dad will be, hey boy, how you doing, boy? Hey, I'm gonna do no Diet Coke, right? No Diet Coke. I tell you right now, I'm gonna Captain Dave out in the boat. Don't fishing on grub. No, I tell you, don't spill Diet Coke. No, ain't drink no Diet Coke. I ain't drinking no Diet Coke. You understand that, boy? I go, what the fuck did your dad just say? Daddy said when I met her, she was embarrassed to introduce me to her family. I hope they'll never hear this. She was embarrassed to introduce me. They won't. They'll never hear this. They'll never hear this.
No, they won't. That's why we started about podcasts too. Is like you can bury the worst, like you could bury the secret of like who killed JFK in a podcast. Nobody's listening to all 4 hours. Put it right in the middle of the Rogan, and at 2.5 hours, nobody's getting there.
There was a guy who was doing Opie and Anthony, and at the end they're all being crazy, and like the last 5 minutes he said he cheated on his wife. And she found out, and his defense was, "You listened to the last 5 minutes."
I want to bury hints for my daughter, so when she gets older, she does a treasure hunt through podcasts.
Oh my God!
I'd be like, I'd put money somewhere, and then I'd be like, you got to listen to every episode of Two Bears, One Cave, and I put a clue in each one.
Oh my God! When I met her, we were flying home to meet her dad, meet her family. She was terrified, and I go, "What's the matter?" She goes, "I know you came from money. I didn't come from money, but I definitely came. Definitely, I was the Rockefellers compared to her.
Right.
I mean, she grew up, went to school barefoot until like 3rd grade.
Wow.
Like yeah, like oh, dude, redneck, like
Right.
redneck. She goes, I'm nervous that you're going to, this will turn you off meeting my family, and I go, I'm gonna be fine. And she goes, I don't think you quite understand. My dad lives in a convenience store. And I was like, huh? I was like, what are you talking about? And she goes, I know. He built a room in the back of a convenience store. He bought the convenience store, and it's easier for him to live in the convenience store. I go, that's fine. She goes, hold on. We're staying at the convenience store. And I went, we're staying in a convenience store? I was like, okay. And now I love this woman. I love her.
This is incredible. So he works at the convenience store. He owns it, and then he lives in the back.
Lives in the back. It's called Kemp's Corner.
Wow.
And so we get there, and we walk in the convenience store. I meet her dad for the first time. I'm like, really nice meeting you. She's like, Daddy, where do we put our bags, Daddy? And he's like, oh, man, and I go, what? He lives in the freezer. So we go
converted
back.
It?
He converted the freezer into a bedroom. Put up wall, ice fucking cold. It was ice fucking cold in there. And I'm like, part of me's going, I'm not judging. I'm open-minded. I love her. So she goes, you sleep on the couch. I'm going to sleep in the recliner. Daddy's going to sleep in the bed.
And it was all in the freezer.
All in the freezer.
So they were all kind of right there.
It was bigger than this room. It was bigger than this room, but it was in, he had built a false wall, built a wall, put up sheetrock, and built a wall to close off the back of the freezer. So we go in there, and it's a little weird because you either hang out in this room by yourself or you just hang out in the convenience store.
Is it a 24-hour convenience store?
Not a 24-hour convenience store, but it's a small town. So people come into the convenience store because LeeAnn's in town and they want to meet LeeAnn. She had written a script. Her dad had printed copies of the script and sold them for $5 a copy, and he made loot off them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a weird neighborhood, or area, Georgia. So
he was hoping she was going to be his meal ticket, kind of.
I mean, so we're in the convenience store, and we're just sitting in like the tables at the convenience store, and everyone's just coming in, hanging out, and everyone's hanging out in the convenience store. There's a washer. He also had a washer and dryer place, like a laundromat attached to the other side of the convenience store that he owned. So then we go to dinner at Cracker Barrel. We come home at the end of the night. I swear to God. And she's like, he locks up, and he's like, that's it. And I was like, what do we do now? And he's like, well, you want a beer? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, go grab one. And I was like, I can just grab him out of the thing. He's like, yeah. So I go, and I'm like, oh, I grab a tall boy. I was like, can I eat like whatever I want in here? And he's like, yeah. I was like, shut the fuck up. Dude, I've never been happier in my entire fucking life. Wow. I ate like a fucking lunatic. I tried shit I had never tried. I'm just sitting in the field, I'm like, pig's feet, let's eat one. Yeah. Fucking deviled eggs, let's eat one. And it was ice cold, and it was pitch black. There's no windows. So like you were in a cave. You'd get into that freezer, go to sleep, wake up, get up, have a cold beer, have a fucking Snickers bar. Shut the fuck up. My heart broke when he sold that fucking convenience store.
That does sound like heaven to have carte blanche at a convenience store.
Yeah.
Yeah, one night you have ramen, then you have a little beef jerky.
Oh, you had a beef.
Then you smoke some Salem cigarettes, some menthols.
Put a dip in, put a chew in.
Yeah.
I was just loaded up. I was doing everything at that time. It was the best. And then people come in, they'd be like, hey, I want to meet his boyfriend. And so I'd come out in my underwear in the convenience store. What's up? It was awesome. It was the best. Man, I got so bummed that he sold that place. But yeah, that area, I mean, that was like that. It's fun. It's fun as shit. I love going back there because it's almost like, I don't know. There was like no rules. It really is off the grid. Like off the grid.
It's like a very small town in Florida.
And no, in Georgia.
Oh, in Georgia.
In Georgia, it's called Bowden, Georgia.
Which is sort of like Georgia and North Florida are like blend in, right?
There's no difference. It's all one area that Bobby Bowden is the king of.
Right.
And so this is more on the border of Alabama and the border of Alabama and Georgia. Her dad, at one point, my wife, true story, you're not going to believe this, went to a family reunion and ran into her boyfriend and said, "What are you doing here?" He was like, "I'm Kim with the Gentrys." She's like, "I'm Kim with the Gentrys." And her daddy goes, "Shit, you Kim, but you ain't blood. You fine.
Yeah.
You Kim,
But you ain't blood.
you can fuck." They didn't have sex. They never had sex. They were just dating. They were younger. But that's the you can, but you ain't blood. So you can have sex. You can probably have a kid.
Yeah, well, I guess it's first cousin. It's possible, right? Is it like
Okay, so
first cousin can go good, but it could also go bad.
no, you can't do first cousin. You can't do first cousin. That's blood.
But it could come out okay.
So like if you, so
wait, well, I mean, I know God says no, but you can't do it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think blood is what on our marriage.
No, but I'm saying you can actually perform it. You can do it.
Oh, you can do it. Yeah.
And there's a chance that the baby will come out with one head.
Yeah, no, you're going to get a Habsburg.
You're going to get Habsburg.
You're going to get Habsburg.
Yeah.
So you're going to get hemophiliac with no chin.
That's definite.
That's definite. Yeah. And you do not want one of those.
Yeah.
You, on our marriage certificate in her hometown, when we got married, the third question on the thing was, "Are you blood relatives?" And I said, "Lady, what do I put for 3?" She goes, "Is you?" I said, "I don't think we is." She goes, "Well, put down the chain." I go, "I'm definitely not writing ain't, because that means we is." Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That is quite. There are places like that in the world where it's like there's just not a lot of options. You can't.
Town of like fucking 1,300 people.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
That's why I don't know if like does true love exist or is it more just about like what's available to you?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I look at, I mean this respectfully. I didn't have the same options that that you have to date. Like my options were extremely limited. And I had to meet the person. I had to physically meet them to date them. Like someone had to go, "Oh, you know who you should meet?"
You're talking about because he's younger. Jared's younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, because he's black. No. Yeah, of course, because he's
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. But your options are wide open. You can get on your phone,
of course,
and you can scroll and date a woman that never would have gotten in your circle if it wasn't for that phone.
Right.
So it's interesting when you talk about that because I think it does exist, but I think with the presented options, I think it's actually harder because he's not. I don't mean this disrespectful, but he's probably not willing to settle as quickly as I was.
Right.
The best thing you could ever do is settle for something that is not the ideal thing. It is so much more rewarding than holding out and being that guy that's waiting for your Aaron Rodgers, waiting for your Tony Romo, waiting for that will never happen. And the biggest problem is Aaron Rodgers and Tony Romo are just as good. You're going to always be looking for Tom Brady. You're not going to find Tom Brady. I got Taylor Heineke, and I'm really happy.
I don't think your wife's going to hear this either, right?
No, she'll never listen to this. I got a solid quarterback with a great arm.
Big heart. Played out
fun
of
as fuck.
Yeah.
Fun as fuck. Great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Good Instagram presence.
Yeah.
I met Taylor Heineke. He's a
cool dude.
badass motherfucker.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, but So let's put it this way. If I said to you,
She's out of the league next year.
yeah. Oh, she's retired, bro. She is retired. She's a journeyman.
Yeah.
If I said to you tonight, you get to go to dinner with one football player, who do you want to go? One, you can be Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Taylor Heineke. You're never picking Taylor Heineke.
No.
Right? But I did, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because guess what? No one else wants Taylor Heineke but me. Me and Taylor Heineke, he's my fucking dude.
It's very unique.
And he's like, and you know what? Taylor Heineke looks at me now where I am, and goes, "Hey man, I really appreciate you not picking Tom Brady."
Yeah.
This is a good fucking analogy.
Yeah, it's a really good analogy.
So what did you get? Who did you draft?
Oh man, well, here's the thing. My wife's 14 years younger, so I got a.
Oh my God!
I got Kobe.
You got a franchise player?
Yeah, I got a franchise player straight out of high school.
Holy shit! What the fuck were you thinking?
We started recruiting her in middle school. She had a great fucking upside. Physical came back good. We're rebuilding the franchise. We got rid of the veterans and we're going young.
Oh shit! Let's hope she doesn't blow out her knee.
Yeah, she doesn't blow out her knee.
What's her ethnicity?
She's Greek and Italian.
Shit.
Yeah, she's half Italian, half Greek. Yeah, basically, we're building around her.
I like it.
So far, so good. I think we got knocked out of the first round of the playoffs last year, but this year we're hoping to go all the way.
I hope people listening understand that is the best thing you can do.
Now that's interesting because having too many options is sometimes a bad thing, right?
I had no options. I had a physical picture of her that was on our refrigerator because she had gone to Vegas with my roommate and a bunch of people, and he had taken a picture with her. When I saw her in that picture, I went, "She's fucking hot." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh yeah." And then one day we walked to Runyon Canyon, and she was working in the office at the base of Runyon Canyon with her roommate. They were writing a script. And I saw her, and I went in, and we tried to talk to her, and she was a cunt. I mean, like a real fucking cunt. My wife is legit. Like, if you don't know her, she can come off pretty aggressive. Mm-hmm. And so I tried to talk to her, and she just was like, "We're working." And I was like, "Okay." And then I went to a yoga class with her, and her ex-boyfriend showed up. He just dumped him, and he brought flowers to the yoga class, and she dressed him down in front of a fucking yoga class of, "This is why we will never happen. You are sad. Did you think coming with a set of flowers in front of all these people, you're embarrassing yourself and you're embarrassing me.
Damn.
Get the fuck out of here." And we were all like, "Woo." And then I sat next to her in yoga on accident. I put my mat towel, she put her down in mat towel next to me. I was like, "Stay away from this woman." And I sweat so much in that yoga class that she was laughing at me. She's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I go, I'm a sweater. And then we went bowling. And like a week later, big group went bowling, and she was like, "Who is he? He's cute." And she gave me her number, and I was like, "I'm not fucking with her." I was like, "I'm staying the fuck away from her." I also thought all women were whores at the time, and I was like, "They just want to fuck you and get on." Because I was like, "She just had a boyfriend. What's she doing?"
It's probably because you just got hurt by a girl who did that, right?
Yeah.
That's how. Yeah.
Or what are you, a therapist?
Yeah.
Boom! I got burned pretty bad.
Nobody goes to that full extent where they just go, "All women are whores," unless there's some sort of burn. You know?
Really? Fuck. For real? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, I wish I had seen that.